Ladies and gentlemen, massive points lost here. Chelsea 2, Ipswich 2. And for a team that is all but relegated, for Chelsea to go on and draw to them and drop points is absolutely abysmal. How can we, who've obviously facing them twice, and they've taken 4 points away from us? We lost to them earlier on in the season 2-0. And even this game, we were 2-0 down at half-time to make it 2-2 in the end. Not good enough. When we're pushing for top 4, when we're spending millions, you know, their best striker, Delap, didn't even play until like right at the end, until he got substituted on. Not a good performance at all. I'm fuming. I can imagine every single Chelsea fan is fuming. Defensively shocking. Some players going missing, like Jackson and Palmer again. I saw the lineup and I was kind of happy with the lineup. You know, maybe I wanted Sancho to start, which I said in my preview. You can go back and check on the channel. I said Sancho to start over Neto. Neto didn't have a great game, had plenty of chances, still not good enough. Sanchez has no hands. But before I start, my mind goes all over the place. Let's slow down, let's go talk through the game and go from there. So, before we do, if you could like the video, subscribe to the channel, and comment down below whose fault was it? Was it Enzo's fault? Was it the lineup? Let's have a discussion, let's have a chat, and let me know what's going on, because it's not good at all. So yeah, start of the game, 15 minutes in or so, we were dominating. We had possession quite well, like what we usually do. It was very much, again, like what I said about the Legia game. We were dominant, but not much happening. 15, I know we hit the post with Jackson 5 yards out, should score, but the guy hasn't scored, I think, now in like 10, 11 games, so we can't expect him to score, surely, right? And then about 20 minutes in, they score a goal. They had nothing all game. They had like 2 counter-attacks all game and they scored them. My mind's frazzled. I probably should have taken a few minutes to do this review, but if I'm honest with you, I just wanted to get it done and out the way and go cry in the corner. Yeah, so 2 counter-attacks pretty much the same style, really. The first goal, they hold up the play really well. The striker brings it down, plays it out wide. They got a 2v1 out wide against Cucurella. They go to the byline, cut it back. An unmarked player in the box, even though we got like 3 centre-backs on the pitch, is not good enough. Colwell and Cucurella defending today was just not it. I don't know whether it's Colwell. He's had a few games now where he has not been good. I probably would have preferred Badiashile at this point, because at least he played well against Legia and has a bit of confidence. And then the second goal, again, from nothing. We've been dominating. We're putting pressure on them. They get the ball to the edge of the box. The guy does a reverse ball. People think he's offside. Thank God they got this new technology, which was quick. He chipped it back post. Ben Johnson, I believe it is. Obviously, he's like a foot taller than Cucurella at this point, and it just heads it in. You know, I don't think Sanchez could have maybe done anything. I'll have to see the goals again. I haven't really had a look. But to be fair, he has no hands anyway, so it doesn't really matter. He's not going to save anything. We don't play Jorgensen, who I have more confidence. We've loaned out Petrovic. Mental. But yeah, it's very much a typical first half performance from Chelsea, where it's just not good enough. Not good enough. You know, Man City won. You know, Aston Villa won. You know, Newcastle will probably win. This is before their match against Man United today, and they still got a game in hand. So by the end of it, with our bad form, we could be like 7th. Do you know what I mean? It's not good enough. We then, even like the fixtures, I think I was looking at the fixtures. There's like Fulham, Man United, Liverpool, Everton, who's always tricky at this point, you know, under David Moyes now. We don't have an easy stretch of games. We could be in some serious trouble by the end of the season. And I think I'll be surprised if we're even in Europa League. I don't even know what that position is, 6th, 7th. I'll be shocked if we're there, to be honest. But yeah, going through the lineup, Sanchez conceded 2 goals, but I don't think he really saved anything. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't. But I think looking at the stats to my right, 4 saves, maybe, or 4 shots on target. 2 of them went in. So no confidence. That isn't the starting lineup. I haven't changed it to what the current lineup was. It was Tosin. It was Chalobah right back, Tosin centre back, Colwell and Cucurella. Defending, listen, I like Chalobah, but not good enough. Tosin, again, he's a defender we got on the free, not good enough. And Colwell, who struggles defensively anyway. Like, I think we've all spoke about it. He's not doing too great. And then Cucurella as well. I love him going forward. I think he's a phenomenal left back. But defensively, maybe he couldn't have done much. But when there's a 2v1 overload and they score on your side, that's obviously a weakness that they've exposed and they've been looking at. So if they're looking at that, then they've done the job, haven't they? Caicedo, I think he was on a tricky one. I think if he got a yellow card today, he was going to miss the next 2 games. So he had a very reserved game. I think he was still putting in tackles, but his job doesn't really get recognised. Like, he does a lot of the hard work, a lot of the running, a lot of the tackles. I didn't really see much, but he's not our attacking player, to be fair. So yeah, Enzo Fernandez, I think he come alive more in the second half, but I can't remember anything from the first half. Not good enough. I've been singing his praises last couple of weeks. He's been scoring, assists, you name it, everything he's been on. Madueke was playing. Madueke, I actually like Madueke. I was quite surprised we took him off. I thought he would have taken Neto off, but maybe he's trying to manage Madueke's minutes. But yeah, Madueke was taking players on. I think he did have the better of his defender. It's just one of those games. Unfortunately, he scored 2 in midweek, but this one just couldn't score. Who else? Cole Palmer. Again, I think he's going through the motions. I think his confidence is gone. I think he's really struggling. I think he needs to get to the end of the season, refresh, and go again for next season. I don't think it's going well for him. Very quiet game from him. I'm trying to think if he really had anything like to give us. I mean, he got an assist, I think, for Sancho. I think they gave him, but that was literally just like short corner. Then he passed it to Sancho, and then Sancho had a shot. So not good enough. Neto, I love Neto, but he had a few chances today, edge of the box, having a shot, but they were weak shots. Weak shots. They were straight at the goalkeeper. Not good enough. I know Nkunku was there, but he come on in like the last 5 minutes, so I'm not pointing any fingers at Nkunku. It's not his fault. He did like a good setup with Cole Palmer, with the keeper saved. So Jackson hit the post like 5-10 minutes in. Nothing for the rest of it. I think there was a shot outside the box in the first half where he tried lobbing it over the goalkeeper, but blazed it over the bar. But quiet game. I think I might be mistaken, but I think he's had like 10 games now where he's not scored. I think maybe I'm making that up, but there was a spell where he wasn't scoring and then he got injured. So yeah, and then Sancho come on the pitch, scored a goal. Like I said in my preview, I wanted Sancho to start. I think he, with his 2 assists, he deserved to start. And I think that backs up my claim. I wouldn't have had Neto playing. I would have brought Neto on because I think Sancho deserves it, the same as Madueke deserved it. They both deserved to start. Madueke got the start, but Sancho didn't. Sancho comes on, scores a goal. I'm not saying Sancho's been great this year, but he's obviously got something to fight for now. It's either we like spend 5 million and send him back to United, or we actually pay the 25 million. So he's obviously fighting for his place now. So he's the only one, I'd say, actually, again, who felt like doing something. So not a good result. The crowd booing, if you ever get the chance to hear it, I don't know, maybe they have it on the highlights or something like that, but at halftime those boos were thunderous. Nobody was happy. Enzo Maresca sent them out early from the second half. Maybe that's more of a publicity thing, just be like, oh yeah, he sent them out, blah blah blah. But the boos were insane. The crowd was on their back really early. Yeah, it was not a good result. Not a good result at all. So yeah, it's worrying. It really is worrying, especially with the fixtures we got. I think it could be a struggle. It could be a massive struggle now to the end of the season. You know, Conference League, you win the Conference League, you only get in Europa League. Not good enough. Obviously, I want to win the Conference League just to get the free trophies from Europe, but not good enough at all. It really isn't. As you can see from the stats, 34 shots to 13, but 9 on target. The goalkeeper, I must admit, we had some chances where the goalkeeper pulled off some worldy saves. There was a Chalobah header where he headed it down. The goalkeeper like spread himself quite big and he got his foot to it. And then at the end with Enzo, they crossed it in the box. Enzo took a touch, and as he took a touch, he had a shot, and like the goalkeeper saved it. And yeah, it is a poor performance. And now we've all got to sit here and watch Newcastle win. Aston Villa's on some form. Man City 2-0 down, but they win, hitting some form now, and we're still stuck. And I can't see us winning much for the rest of the season, if not a few draws and maybe scrape a couple of wins, maybe like Liverpool if they've already won the league. If they've won the league, we might have to give them a guard of honour, which would be disgusting as a Chelsea fan. So I'm worried. It could be one of those seasons where we don't win Europa League and we finish 7th, Europa League, Conference League, and then we finish 7th or 8th because Fulham's not too far behind. So the race for top 5 is heating up, and we've already slipped up for the top 5. It is what it is. We move on, we cry, we go again. But that's the review. Comment down below. Let me know what the issue is. Is it the defending? Obviously, defending's not good enough. We all know that. From the goalkeeper to the centre-backs, it's just not good enough. Cole Palmer. Are we asking questions about Cole Palmer now? Last month or so, he's not been it. He's had a struggle. You know, he was like a good interlink player today, I would say, but not really anything too much. And going 2-0 down with Ipswich, best player, their striker. They didn't even have Omari Hutchinson. Delap come on about 70 odd minutes in, so I don't know. Comment down below if you could like the video, subscribe to the channel, join the watch-alongs, chat with me. I'd very much appreciate it. And as I said, I will go off and cry. Peace out. Love you all very much, and I'll see you in the next one. No singing today. Up the Chelsea.